So, the first question to you, what is the real difference between good communication skills and a strong personality? Because I've seen people having really strong personality, but still they are not very proficient in their communication skills. So, is there a difference, or what is the main difference? So, what are the most common communication mistakes among Indian learners? Okay, we'll come to the next question, that is, can introverts build an impactful personality? Because it is quite challenging for introverts. I am one of them, and I'm not a people pleaser. So, it is difficult for me sometimes. Yes, well, I can answer your question why people have low self-esteem when they are introverts, why they do not have that confidence that yes, they can do it. Because for, okay, let's come to the next question. What habits silently damage a person's personality without them realizing it? What mindset shift is most important for English learners in India? So this is afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Shantha. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. And what about you?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. Have you slept well? Because your eyes look tired.
College?
Yes.
Yes, I have got these eye bags and under eye bags, we call it, right? And dark circles. This is something that I have with myself always.
Okay, particularly your eyes are small. So we'll
It is.
just dive into the conversation straight ahead because I'm sure many people know you already. And for those who do not know, I'll be collaborating with her. So you can check out her channel because I have a series of questions, list of questions to ask you, which are going to be really knowledgeable to the people watching the conversation. So we'll just straight away dive into the conversation. Um,
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first question to you, what is the real difference between good communication skills and a strong personality? Because I've seen people having really strong personality, but still they are not very proficient in their communication skills. So is there a difference, or what is the main difference?
Of course, there's a huge difference, Shanta. And we come across people from both the categories. Number one is they are good communicators, but somehow when it comes to their personality, they fade away, right? And there are others who have got this strong personality, but as soon as they start communicating, speaking, and then we feel like, oh, I had a wrong perception. So these two categories we come across. Do you agree?
I do, yes.
Right. So now, if I talk about the difference, Chanda, first of all, of course, I can say communication is a part of our personality,
Yes.
right? It is just a part. So we can say the wider area belongs to our entire personality, and communication is just part of it. When it comes to communication, I can say this is something. If I talk about myself, if you ask this question, what's that first thing you notice in someone? I notice the way they talk,
Okay.
right? That means it's an integral part. Communicating means expressing and speaking in a manner that's clear and expressive. That's how we call as a good communication. But when it comes to personality, Shanta, it's your entire presence. It's not just how you speak. It's of course the way you present yourself, the way you your demeanor, the way you sit, the way you walk, the way you dress up, how confident you are, how positive you are. That's what makes your personality, your entire body language. And it has got many more things. And communication is just a part of it. And if we talk about communication being part of it, we can say it's the most important part of
Hmm.
it, right?
Right.
So means it's like the cherry on the cake, cherry on your personality.
Hmm.
And if we find good communicators now, additionally, if they have overall good personality, then there is nothing that can stop them. They become unstoppable, right?
Hmm.
They become so charming and they have that charismatic personality. But that charisma is added by the way you communicate to people.
Exactly.
So that's the difference. Communication, I think it is just a part of it. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. Since you're a coach, right? So you know better and you've trained a lot of people. So you are having a lot of experience. So I just wanted to learn from your expertise and your knowledge. I 100% resonate with you with whatever you've told. Yes, communication is just a part of your personality, and I think a major part. You can have a strong personality, but if you do not have good communication skills, you still don't stand out. So I think they go hand in hand, and the way you communicate with people means everything. So it enhances your personality. So I totally agree with you.
If we can take one example here, Shanta, we can take example of some famous celebrities or personalities,
Okay.
right? If we talk about celebrities, there are many celebrities. They have got an amazing personality, their presence, everything is there, right? Everything. But if we talk about the way they speak, just recently there was one speech by Aryan, I think his name is Aryan, son of Shah Rukh Khan,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
But somehow it was his first speech. He was carrying a paper with him and he was speaking. There was some nervousness in his speech. There was some hesitation in him. He has got a great personality, a charming personality. He's a dapper. But still, the communication part was not as good as his father. What makes his father stand out is personality plus communication. That is something that makes him stand out. And any other celebrity, there are many celebrities who
Yes.
have this, who they have this, we can say, amazing personality, but they don't have that confident communication part. So that's one thing I would like to add here.
Yes, the example that you gave further clarified what you want to convey. So that's amazing. Okay, so what are the most common communication mistakes among Indian learners? I'm specifically asking Indian learners because most of the people who watch my videos are Indians. So please shed some light on this.
Yeah, in fact, most learners, I come in touch with are Indians, so I can resonate and I can talk with my experience here. Uh, Shanta, there are many mistakes we do as learners. I am not just a trainer, I am also a learner here, right? I make mistakes, you make mistakes, all of us, right? That's a part of our journey. Now, let's talk about common mistakes. In fact, the most common mistake. Number one that I would like to highlight here is we have this fear whenever we get someone superior,
Yes.
or if we get a native, okay, what we think, we immediately lose our confidence.
Yes.
Even if we have good command, even if. I would like to give my example here, Chanda, right? Means that time it surprised me. Why so? And that day onwards, I started working on myself. So I was attending one event. It was a wedding event, and the groom's friends they came from abroad. Some of them were Indians and some from abroad. While I was speaking really very well with all of them, when I started speaking with those coming from abroad, there was some kind of um, fear or trepidation, I can say, that okay, they speak like that, they speak like it happened years ago. And immediately that confidence fell down. Although I was able to speak, but just I had this mindset, okay, they come from that place and they speak fluently. I don't know how will I be able to deal with it. And immediately my confidence went zero. And it's a misconception.
Yes.
Why do we think like that? Usually, learners they come with the thought that, ma'am, as soon as I find someone superior, someone better, I lose my confidence. Even I know things, but I'm unable to express. So this is the first mistake we do. We consider the other person superior. They might also have been at this position where you are now, right? So it's a journey and let's accept it. Let's acknowledge it. We make mistakes. If you are making mistake, the other person might be making a lot of other mistakes. So number one is accepting yourself. Do not demean yourself. That's one thing. That's the mistake. The other thing is people talk a lot about translations.
Yes.
That mistake we do. Although, Shanta, here I would like to add one opinion. I don't know how many people uh, would agree to it, but translations in the initial phase isn't bad,
Yes.
right? To learn, to begin, to start with your journey,
Mm.
there is no other option, I think, right? You somehow start with it, but you should know that translating every word, each word, is not the right method.
Yes.
Suppose if I say one sentence in Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, whatever is your language, and if I'm asked to translate it to English,
Mm-hmm.
I should not do it word to word, but I should try to convey the similar meaning in English. That should be the target.
Mm-hmm.
The word to word translations will literally make you fall in trap
Yes.
to everyone. Sometimes these students they used to play this game, the translation game,
Mm-hmm.
and all those who translated word to word, they always fell in that trap. They were unable to translate.
Mm-hmm.
But if you come up with its meaning um, in different words, it's a great practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing, right? Other than that, one thing that I always ask learners, we people are habitual because Hindi, I'm sure you don't know Hindi, but
I do.
a little bit you might, you know.
I know
Okay,
it quite
that's
fluently.
great. Oh,
This is a
so you might have,
misconception many people have about South India.
yeah, because I get in touch with them and they say, "Ma'am, please no Hindi." I say, "Okay, then I won't speak in Hindi."
Mm.
So, Shanda, in Hindi we are like, "I told you na, na,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
I to said it na,
Mm.
so na." These are Hindi words. We bring it to English so naturally and
Yes.
we make it a part of it, and they are accepted as fillers,
Mm.
right? In English, we are habitual of saying actually, actually.
Actually, yes.
Actually, I was late. Using actually on repeat makes you literally, it makes your personality and speech quite dull. Actually, actually. Why? Why are you using this actually every time? And it can be easily replaced. So this actually sounds too casual and we become habitual of it, especially I'm talking about. And there is another mistake. People are literally they work day and night just to work on their filler
Right.
words. You
Yes.
know, I mean, I mean, but if we talk about natives, Shanta, we have been noticing that they use it quite frequently.
Hmm.
They use it quite frequently. But we people, we work for the whole time just to remove these fillers out of our speech.
Yes.
We should understand one thing. We can make use of these fillers, but it shouldn't be extreme, right? Because removing it entirely isn't the solution. You can use it in a manner that makes you sound confident, that makes you express things clearly.
Mm.
So we should not focus only on removing it entirely. We can reduce it, but don't try to remove it. That's one thing that we are doing every now and then, right?
Mm.
So these are few things.
Add is not smiling and not acknowledging the opposite person. Because some people, they don't smile at all, and you don't understand whether they are following, whether you're making sense to them. They're not even nodding, they're just staring. And if they don't smile, naturally, we feel intimidated. We don't feel very comfortable or accommodating when we are talking to them. So I think people, please smile. Though even I smile, do not smile often, but I'm trying
But
to.
you smile.
But yeah, like including me, I would like to say that it is always nice when I see trainers like you or Mopriya ma'am. Constantly, you guys have a smile, and that's a skill that it's really hard to develop.
Although, Shanta, I would like to mention one thing here. I have literally read these comments. Why is this teacher smiling a lot?
Yeah, why she's always smiling? Even people have that query.
Yeah,
What's so
yes,
funny? Why is she
but
always smiling? Like when I
yes.
started my
So
YouTube channel, so I got a couple of comments like this. Why are you always laughing at that person? Because people, they don't even understand the difference between laughing and smiling, and they have the audacity to comment under your videos and tell why you're laughing. So it's not funny that we are laughing. We're just trying to be accommodating to people, make them feel comfortable. So I think smile, it enhances your speech, your entire personality. It's really important while talking to a person.
100%. And it's like a jewel. No, it's like a jewelry.
It
Smile.
is. It is.
So,
Yes.
and what's the harm, Shanta? There is no harm. So
True.
at least
Okay.
it's good if you can make someone else smile just by smiling.
It happens, when it is contagious. When you smile, the opposite person also feels happy. They smile, they calm themselves down. It reduces their nerves and anxiety. They feel comfortable with you. So that's the only logic. It's not that it is funny or we want to undermine somebody sitting in front of us. It's not that. It's just making them feel comfortable. That's it.
Absolutely. Agree. Good point. Great addition.
Okay, we'll come to the next question, that is, can introverts build an impactful personality? Because it is quite challenging for introverts. I am one of them, and I'm not a people pleaser. So it is difficult for me sometimes when people look at me and they like me. So it is hard for people to get to like me. So can introverts build a strong personality and be likable? If
Okay.
yes, how?
I said I used to be an extrovert, right? I have been an extrovert. As of now, in the current scenario, I am an ambivert. Like sometimes I just stay quiet, I adapt as per the situation, right? And you have to be, I think, you have to be. With time, you have to learn uh, this skill as well. But coming to talking about introvert,
Mm-hmm.
again, from an experience that I have been having, a lot of introverts come with a lot of self doubt, with a lot of hesitation and negativity. That, ma'am, I am an introvert, I can't speak. I am an introvert, I can't become confident. I am an introvert, I can never be fluent. What do you think? I said, you are an introvert, you can be confident. You are an introvert, you can be an impactful speaker, better than extrovert. You are an introvert and you can literally shine like anything. That's how I tell them every time. Now, Shanta, I'll be giving you some reasons behind it, why I find it. If I talk about my part, he is an introvert. I am I can be considered as an extrovert when compared to him. So I have this example right at home. Now these introverts, since they are silent, they choose to speak selectively.
Yes.
They restrain themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens? This silence ultimately it creates curiosity among people, right? And we say no, less is more.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, less is more. They speak, they choose to speak less, they choose to observe more, They choose to hear and listen attentively, and they pay attention. They're keen observers. This is what I have noticed. And they stay silent. But once they start speaking, people choose to listen to them more as compared to the one who keeps speaking, blabbering, and just speaking continuously. So, this is one advantage they get because they are not habitual speakers. So, they choose to speak only at a point where they think that I am capable of speaking. I can speak some logics, some
Mm,
facts. I can add some value to this conversation. They only speak at that
right.
because they are not habitual. And because they choose to speak selectively, people really love to listen to them.
Mm.
Now, there is just one addition. There is just one thing. If literally these introverts, if if they follow this, I think introverts, if they have got this good personality, what we talked about, if they have this confidence, even though they choose to speak less, they choose to restrain themselves, they are not very social. Even after that, if they have that confidence, they can shine. They can outshine extroverts always. Always, I'm saying. So introverts can definitely be a the great communicators, Shanta, and but they have the self doubt always. Most of them, 90%, they have the self doubt. I don't know why. What's the reason? Because they feel like that they cannot stand among people, and they cannot really have that compatibility. They have the self doubt always. So if that can be reduced or replaced with a positive attitude, with a confident attitude, introverts can always shine bright. This is one thing. What do you think, Shanta, being an introvert?
Yes, well, I can answer your question why people have low self esteem when they are introverts, why they do not have that confidence that yes, they can do it. Because, first of all, we have very few people in our lives with whom we are really close. Okay, that's the first reason. We always seek validation. Also, since our childhood, we are told you're very quiet. What are you going to do in your life? How are you going to be successful if you're this quiet? The world outside is competitive, and it is for people who speak speak a lot, who are good with people. You need to have good people skills. You don't have friends. How are you going to survive? So all of these negative things, it's built into them ever since they are children. So if you're an introvert, it's hard for you to survive. So I think right from there it comes crashing down your confidence, your self-esteem. You feel you're not good enough because you don't speak well or you don't speak. You speak less. But I also believe that less is more, and when you are a quiet person and you are talking something, people will give more weightage to your words and they will value you more. So there are both pros and cons, but I think you have to believe in yourself and shut down the noises within you. You know what you are. That will come with maturity. But if you are a person who is not yet reached that stage of maturity where you have realized your own self esteem or your own potential, if you have not yet discovered that, just assume it for yourself that you are good. You don't have to listen to people telling you that you can't survive. What are you going to do? People are not going to like you. So you don't have to believe that. You do what you can. You don't have to change your personality and become someone else for impressing somebody or for being someone else who you are not. In that case, you will not be happy. So maybe you might need a little changes in your personality, not entirely, but whatever is essential for you for surviving. No, if you're very quiet, then it is, I have seen it, it is hard to survive in a corporate world or like growing in your career. All of this happens, but you don't have to change your personality outside of your work. But for some essential things, then I think little bit of changes you have to do, but then you have to trust in yourself. So definitely you can have a strong personality. You can build your confidence. You don't have to talk a
And
lot to prove people that you can still do it.
the self-belief plays an important role, really. And if this thing, like the self-belief is there, you can really own everything. You can own the vibe. Even after being an introvert,
Yes.
you can have it all. And we talked about personality and communication, Shanta. That was our first question. So personality means what? A strong self-belief. When you're so assured that I can carry myself so well, doesn't that doesn't need your speech every time.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose to stay silent, still carry a strong personality. That's how it can be, right? Because you're confident enough. You are assured that if the
Hmm.
situation comes back, I can speak, I can present myself.
Hmm. That's true. People say silence speaks louder than words. So it definitely does.
It speaks volumes. Silence speaks volumes in case introverts.
Yes. Okay, let's come to the next question. What habits silently damage a person's personality without them realizing it? And there are a lot of people who are overconfident as well. So I think it applies to them as well. What are the like daily habits which damages a person's personality?
Okay, first of all, I'll list it out. I'll try to list it out, and then we can elaborate a little bit. Shanta, I think poor body language, right?
Hmm.
That's the first thing that absolutely. First is poor communication. That's
Yes.
what I notice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sometimes you're too loud, too disrespectful, too impolite, and that's something that immediately fades away your personality. So, one thing is that poor communication. Second is poor body language. You are being too extrovert is also sometimes, I
Yeah.
can say, a risky situation, right?
And it
People,
works against you sometimes.
it starts working against you. It can never be your superpower. And okay, these two things, the poor communication, poor body language, then a lot of negativity. That's something that will immediately uh, help you. It immediately asks you to step away from that person. Suppose if there's a person who is pessimistic, right? You, would you like to stay with that person? Never. No matter if he's wealthy, if he's confident, if he has got everything, but he's a pessimist. In that case, none, not even you, me, anyone, no one. So that positivity really brings people close to you, not at the surface level. It should be there with you, within you, like that. In your speech, not just in your speech, in your actions as well.
Hmm.
So that is one thing. As you talked about people pleasing,
Yes.
that's again something that kills your vibe, right? Although it can be beneficial for you,
Mm-hmm.
for momentarily, we can say it is transient, but I think it's transient. It cannot stay longer. People pleasing against completely kills your vibe,
Mm.
and a lot of self doubt. This is one thing that I want to add in this answer, and in the answer that we were discussing, in the question that we were discussing, what mistakes we make as Indians. Self doubt. We always have this self doubt. I gave that example when I came across people in that wedding. What was that? That was a self doubt.
Mm.
And it killed my personality just in a few minutes. right? So I think self-doubt is something that totally becomes a distraction, even though you know everything. But
Yes.
you're constantly having that self-doubt, self-talk that it's not possible for me, not possible for me. Then, of course, it won't be possible for you if you believe like that. So
Mm.
there are many more, Shanta.
But
What
these
do
are
you
the
think?
major
What would you?
ones.
Hmm,
Mm.
that
Yes.
is something that's major.
Yes.
And what's your opinion?
I totally resonate with whatever you have told, and we are also running out of time. So, there's one last important question that I would like to ask you your opinion on this. So, what mindset shift is most important for English learners in India? So, this is my last question and really important one before we wind up the session.
Sure. So, Shanta, this is something I discussed in my previous section. I would like to reiterate here.
Mm-hmm.
I think confidence is the key, number one. We should prioritize it. That's one thing we should do by hook or by crook. If confidence is developed, if you achieve it, fluency can be achieved additionally, for sure. But if you simply focus on fluency, keeping confidence aside, it is going to be harder. A
True.
journey is going to, that journey is going to be harder. So let's prioritize being confident, facing people, getting in touch with different people, having good communication with them, accepting your mistakes, working on it, and then fluency can be achieved eventually. But if we think, let's first learn grammar, let's become fluent, and then confident we'll become, no. First, try to become confident, try to face people. Fluency, grammar, accuracy can be achieved with time. So this is one thing that I would like to focus.
Yes, the same thing. I was fluent, but I was not confident when I started off as a trainer. Then I thought, what's the point that I know good English? What's the point I'm so fluent when I'm not, I don't have the confidence to speak. And the learner who has joined me, he's way more confident than me. So that is when I realized it has to go hand in hand. Only if you're fluent, it's not enough. Another thing is people are very intimidated with English and they associate it with, oh God, I have to learn English, I have to practice English, but they fail to make it a habit. Everyday thing. It is an everyday thing. If you want to become fluent, you have to make it your habit, irrespective of what people say, what your friends say. You can't be my friend if you speak in English, then it's okay. You can leave that friend. But I think that mindset shift is also required. And for other people who laugh at other people's mistakes or they value them more, there are also people who value other people just because they know English and they associate it with a status symbol. So, all of this mind shift has to happen, mindset shift has to happen, especially with Indian
100%.
people, not only learners, everyone.
Definitely. Totally agree. So yes, Shant, that was my short answer. There is much more that we can add,
Yes.
but I think time won't permit.
Yes, I
So
think we could have an entire session on that. Well, thank you so
one,
much for joining me today. And I'm sorry, I should have told you at the beginning of the session that is Happy New Year. So I think we last met last year.
yes, yes, Shanta, Happy New Year to you, and I wish this year brings you the best of all.
I wish the same to you as well. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. Thanks a lot.